What up, everybody? It's your boy I Am Legend. So I just wanted to make this video for all you fellow 2K ballers out there that may be having the same issue I was having. It's extremely frustrating to where you're not able to catch fire in games, which basically, obviously, it hinders you from unlocking the microwave badge and unfazed and those sorts of badges. So I happened into this solution kind of by accident, but I was trying all kinds of different things to see what I could do to possibly remedy this problem. So um, it had gotten to the point I was so frustrated I contacted 2K support because, as you can see, I had 42 badges once I got this microwave badge. I'm 4 seasons in with this player. But I contacted 2K support because there's something clearly wrong with their system, or I have no idea. But as I said, I'm 4 seasons in. I've won multiple MVPs. I've won Defensive Player of the Year multiple times, All-Star selection, NBA champion multiple times, all of that great stuff. And yet, I'm still wearing some 2K generics. So you're telling me Spalding doesn't even want a piece of this? NBA MVP, and I can't even rock some Spaldings on a shoe endorsement deal. So that's a little bit ridiculous. But yeah, so I haven't unlocked the shoe endorsement deal. Both State Farms, Gatorade, and Sprite, um, all of those have not unlocked for me. Uh, so it's very frustrating. So I contacted 2K support, and basically they told me I could delete the file and they would refund. Once I showed them proof I deleted it, they could refund me the VC that I spent for it. Mind you, this guy is fully maxed out. I'm 4 seasons in. I've unlocked all of the attributes. So I mean, I still use them on my park. So I didn't want to. I didn't want to have to restart that whole process and have to unlock all the attribute levels and everything again. So I decided to keep it. I was real close to doing that though. But I decided to keep it and see what I could figure out. So what I did was I started a new career with a new My Player. And I started it the same way I did with the original one there that has 42 badges unlocked. Um, and everything was fine at the beginning. Obviously, I was catching fire and everything with this new My Player. Um, but obviously, I couldn't unlock the microwave badge early on because your minutes were limited. So once I got further into the process, I became a starter and all that good stuff. Um, I still was able to catch fire, but I was trying desperately to avoid volume shooter, as many of you suspect. That's what I thought was causing the problem with getting microwave. Turns out that that's probably wrong. So I was trying to desperately avoid getting volume shooter first. I wanted to get microwave first and then volume shooter. So I didn't take 30 shots in any game, yet I still unlocked volume shooter. Yay! So I got that, thought it messed everything up, but I kept playing. I was still able to catch fire amazingly. But then something else happened that kind of piqued my interest there. So I started earning my personality badges because I always was answering any questions, the player interactions, press conferences, all that. I always tried to pick the response people would want to hear. Like, I mean, you guys follow sports. You want to give the generic responses basically. Um, so that's what I was picking. So I got the cool and collected, and I believe friendly and the laid back badge. I know I had got cool and collected. I'd have to go back and look. But apparently, once I got those badges, the very next game, my guy couldn't catch fire again. Just as with the original My Player there that had the 42 badges. Could not catch fire. So it, it, it apparently, to me, signified that when those personality badges are what causes the issue with not catching fire. So what I did was I started all the pressers, all the player interactions. After that, I picked all negative responses. So apparently, one of these little uh, quirky things that 2K's got going on, They apparently want you to be a complete asshole off the court so that you'll be a fiery competitor on the court. Because you know only assholes can be microwaves. So, so basically that's the solution. So I started answering all of the questions with a negative response, and what would you know? The very next game, I started catching fire like it was nothing. So I thought that was interesting. I unlocked microwave with that player, so I decided to test it out on my original my player that I was so close to deleting because of this issue. I went back, played as that original my player, did the same thing. As you know, once you get 4 seasons in, though, the pressers and player interactions are far less frequent than they are early on in your career. So I had to demand a trade, got out of that team. When I got to the new team, they held a press conference after my first game, and I answered all of those questions with a negative response. Also, when I first got to that team, you know, where they send the current captain, the current leader of that team up to you, and he says you have to prove yourself to us as the players. It gives you the option of saying I'll do my part or this is my team now. So I picked the negative response of this is my team now, and he was very confrontational and everything in doing that. And as I said, then I did the presser after that game, answered all negative responses, and what would you know? The very next game started catching fire like it was nothing. If I lost it from a turnover or missed shot or whatever, as soon as I hit shots and made big plays again on offense, it popped right back up. I caught fire again. So apparently, again, it's tied into the personality badges and your responses to these interactions. So that's my advice, guys. If you're deep into a career and still haven't gotten microwave, demand a trade so that it triggers that press conference and the player interactions there, and pick all the negative responses. And I certainly hope this works for you guys. As I told you, I've tried it with 2 different players now, and it worked in both instances. And I tried so many things before that, changing the difficulty setting, minutes played, all of that stuff. Demanding trades, putting on different accessories, and all this stuff. None of that worked, but this did. So feel free to, I'd greatly appreciate if you like the video, share it with people you know that may have this problem. I've seen it, I've searched it a million times before coming across this solution myself, and I couldn't find anything. So, and I know other people were having this problem. So feel free to share it, guys. I would greatly appreciate it. And also, definitely try it. If you're one of those people that are having this issue, try it. And man, I look forward to your comments and talking about it with you guys. Hopefully it works for you, and let me know how it goes. All right, take care.